Okay, this is what I freaking hate about Chainsaw Man. Why does it have to end? Legit, every single time a Chainsaw Man episode ends, a part of me dies inside, because this episode, yet again, episode 3 of Chainsaw Man, probably the best episode of anything I've seen so far this season of anime, and this is a pretty tough season. It feels like the anime is finally finding its way to that golden comedy feel that the manga provided with the beginning of it, and in general, it just had me through the roof with every single moment from the start to finish, with the bat, power, Denji, Makima's insanity of what the hell she's really up to. It's just been absolute insanity, and I freaking love it! Because as I've said with the first couple episodes, it felt like there was definitely a downplaying on the comedy, and it more so felt very serious. But with this episode, not only did it blend epic action and suspense and all of that great stuff in the episode, but also it added in that comedy and absolute just straight up insanity that Denji provides with his goals. Because yes, I've said that he pretty much has the common man's goals, you know, he want to live a good life. They even referenced that yet again in the episode, but fam, Denji takes it to new levels and new heights of what a man will do to Copperfield, so to speak. I guess that's what we're gonna start calling him, Denji Copperfield. That's his new name. Because the episode starts off with Denji and Power being reprimanded by Makima for pretty much what happened in the previous episode of how Power just went absolutely nuts and killed that freaking devil and didn't think nothing of it, and Makima's like, dog, what are you doing, fam? And off rip, you're getting to see that something that really doesn't happen in anime, and usually when it happens, it's oftentimes looked at as like, oh my god, this character is absolutely evil, how could it possibly happen? And that's with Power lying. Power lied straight up and down on Denji's name of like, dog, it was actually him that told me to go slaughter that devil, like I was just following commands. And that makes you question a couple of things, because as they're in Makima's office, Denji is just like, you filthy liar, how could you lie? What do you mean? And Makima is just there like staring at them saying, you know, you shouldn't have done that. But it more so makes you question, why is Power so goddamn nervous? She's in that office there stuttering, straight up lying on Denji's name. You could argue that, yo dog, she's a fiend, she's not completely human, she's not a devil, but she's gonna have those tendencies of things that you're gonna be like, oh, wow, what type of morals you're on, fam? So that's something that you can argue, but it just definitely makes you wonder, damn, she's really freaking nervous. She's a little bit, you could argue, scared of Makima, and I would be too, considering the fact that it was just an episode ago that she was saying to Denji basically, yo dog, you get the job done or you die. That's pretty much the options on the table, fam. And then when we get the scene of Power and Denji alone next to those vending machines, that's where the episode really kicks off in a major way of just absolute insanity, because Denji is there already upset like, yo, how can I rock with a girl that's lying on my name? What type of stuff is this on? And Denji starts to understand a little more about Power, because I feel like underneath all of the craziness that this episode provided, there was definitely a little bit of depth to basically things that you love and things that you love being taken away from you. Because they quickly get into a conversation where Power is referencing that she has this cat named Meowie, and she wishes she could see this cat again, but essentially it was abducted by this giant bat. And Denji's like, I remember what that felt like. And we get that really sad and I guess cute at the same time backstory of a time that Pochita he thought was lost, and ultimately when he got home he saw that Pochita was crying and waiting for him at their little house and whatnot, and it was just really adorable and emphasizes even further the bond between Denji and Pochita. And it wasn't just that, yo, he was rocking with him here and there, he was with him for a long time and they really had a deep connection. So it adds even more to as well that, yo, Pochita being inside of him, not only physically but metaphorically, is beautiful, because this was the one thing that held him down. So to see on the opposite side of thing, man's best friend with his dog, a woman's best friend with her cat, the fact that Meowie was taken away, and Denji with his dirty mind thinking, god damn, dog, that chest of gold, so to speak, and Power off rip, because she probably recognized, yo dog, you staring a little too hard over here. What do I got over here? Is there something on my shirt? Oh, there is something on my shirt. Pretty much off rip asks him, hey, how about if you help me get my cat, I'll let you Copperfield, Denji Copperfield, like I'll let you get a little bit of a taste, you know what I'm saying? And right there is where the best, most hilarious moment so far of Chainsaw Man went down, when Denji goes from like, dog, this lying little shitbag, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to do nothing with her, to, we gotta stop this devil right now, how could he possibly do this, cats are innocent, I'm gonna go whip this dude's That was next level, absolute hilarious, and just wow. Like, it really just goes to show the depths of where Denji will go to cop a feel, so to speak. Because just a minute ago, he was like, yo, dog, you're a liar. And then now all of a sudden, he's all gung-ho like, we gotta save this cat. I'm like, Denji, dog, Denji. But then we also cut to a scene that's very important and vital, and you can see us building up something behind the scenes of all of this insanity that's going on, where Makima is speaking with some seemingly higher-ups from the Devil Hunter Association, or some politicians. It's not quite clear exactly who these people are. Again, maybe I missed that one. But pretty much, she's talking to them about this crew that she got, and this new pup, so to speak, and it seems as though she's building these people up as somewhat of military weapons to be able to be utilized for these people's, I guess you could say, wars and whatnot. So it's adding an extra layer to the plot underneath all of this, again, insane stuff that's happening, like the hilarious nature and whatnot, but it's the grand scheme of what's being built up, and it's very, very interesting to say the least, because again, we have so many different elements so far. Makima basically threatening Denji, Power being there frightened to death over Makima, and then now she's making them into basically weapons for the military and stuff like that. Makima, you looking a little more sus by the eps, so to speak. Then again, why do the eps gotta end? I just reminded myself that Chainsaw Man episodes have a start and an end. But we come back to Denji and Power as they're approaching a seemingly abandoned house and whatnot, and they're basically getting ready to go and attack so that they can get Meowie back, when suddenly Denji catches on, but not fast enough. That Power's there to betray him, and she knocks him out and drags him face down on the ground into the abandoned house to basically make a bargain with the devil, because initially that Bat Devil said, hey, if you bring me a human being so I can get some blood, I'll give you your Meowie back. And we get that beautiful flashback where they made sure to hold no expense on how beautiful the art looked of Power. When she first met Meowie, she had slayed a bear and took the cat, and I was just like, oh, so they want to thirst trap us even more with Power being there, butt ass, and with her hair looking beautiful. I was just like, Jesus Christ, dog. Power is best gal of 2022. It's no contest, fam. No contest whatsoever. I need that Power design to make another appearance. I'm just saying, it was wild, but it was very, I don't know, just thirst trap approval. Yeah. And with that flashback in particular, again, of Power back in the day with Meowie, it makes you wonder, well, how do we go from that? How do we go from being butt ass with a little cat or whatnot in the middle of nowhere slaying bears to Makima getting her hands on Power and bringing her into the fold of the Devil Hunters Association? Because obviously there has to be some sort of intersection for them to get together. Again, it could have simply be that one of the Devil Hunters found her and brought her into the fold or whatnot, but yeah, that just kind of made me wonder, because it was very interesting that Power was even more wild back then than she is now. She's actually a little bit tame in comparison, but either way, she was beautiful both times. I can't just stress I'm a Power fanboy. Best gal of 2022, period, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, Denji. Cop that feel. But upon the Bat drinking a bit of that blood devil from Denji, he quickly realizes, oh god, this blood is nasty. Like, you know, he's not a complete human, so to speak, and he is revolted by it, and he starts to power up, because you can see like he's expanding or whatnot his body. But then he quickly says, oh yeah, I did make that promise to you, huh, Power, about this cat. Well, I gotta punish you. You gave me this nasty blood of this dude right here, and eats the cat. And again, it adds an extra layer, because Power was just telling Denji like, yo, you stupid, you're human, why would you believe me? Only to then shortly after be betrayed by a devil itself, you know, this Bat Devil. And basically she understands now exactly what Denji was talking about when he told her that story of how Pochita, you know, he wouldn't be able to pet Pochita anymore. She's like, oh, now I understand that, what it feels like to not be able to pet Meowie anymore. And it was just that moment right there where you could tell that there was an understanding and a coming together of, dog, what you did was wrong, and I think you knew what you did was wrong, but it was kind of like, I really want my cat back, and this is just some shitbag that just want to touch up on me, so let me probably just sacrifice him, which is still very wrong. But it was that moment right there where you could tell there was a bond created. But then the Bat Devil grabs her and eats her as well, and I'm just there like, not my Power, I don't care, my stinky liar. Why would you do that, Bat Devil? You got to go rip, okay? You got to bite the big one, lad. You can't do that. Not to her. You can take, I don't know, maybe Aki. If you want to take Aki, we might not argue about that. You can have him and his cigarettes and all that stuff, but best Pascal? Oh, no. And I love how the whole thing that's fueling Denji, which I feel like there's probably more to it than that, but it's pretty much, dog, you took away my chance to cop a field. Get out of here, dog. Now I gotta slay you even more. Because Denji grabs onto the bat and starts drinking some of his blood to power up, because again, you know, he got knocked out by power with that hammer and shit like that. So, you know, a little bit weak, so to speak. And pretty much he's able to go and start throwing down with the Bat Devil, because he's like, yo, the thing that I need to cop a feel on is in your belly, bruh. And I need to get up in there, son. I need to get in them guts. Pause, because I think the bat is a dude, but either way. Denji and the Bat Devil go at it in beautiful art and animation, tearing up pieces of this little city, which makes you wonder what Makima's gonna do to punish them, because, you know, anything you do, Makima is right there on your tail. And yeah, it was a beautiful display of what a man will do, how far a man will go for true love, or their motives, so to speak. Because again, we've had people try to become Hokage, we've had people go for Pirate King, we've had people go for these illustrious goals, but Denji has the most sacred goal of them all. You want to cop a field, dog, and ain't no bat stopping him. Honestly, this bat reminded me of, is it Man-Bat from Batman the Animated Series? Drop a like if you even know that reference of Man-Bat, episode 1 of Batman the Animated Series. That's what it kind of reminded me of, except that Denji took it to a whole new level of going into his Chainsaw Man form and slashing this dude down completely. And it's like, you better spit up Meowie and you better spit up power next episode. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, alright? Studio Mappa, don't play with me, because this episode is absolutely amazing, brilliant, my favorite episode of anything I've watched so far, and I've been watching a lot this season. Blue Lock, Bleach, My Hero Academia, but none of them touch what this episode provided, between a little bit of that adult humor, considering I'm not a little lad any longer, also mixed with just epic action, suspense, building up even further plot threads with Makima talking with these people about basically militarizing these, you know, devil hunters and stuff like that. And the art and animation was insane. Just everything about it, man. Again, that deeper layer though, that whole idea of, you know, people losing something very precious to them and what it does to them, and power at that last moment, understanding, dog, wow, I understand what it's like, what you felt like when you lost your Pochita because she couldn't get Meowie. It was almost like she immediately surrendered to life. Like if that one thing, that cat Meowie, was what was keeping her going, and the fact that it was taken from her, you know, just swallow. She didn't fight back, she didn't go crazy or nothing like that. She just, what's life now at this point when you lose something that is the only thing precious to you? So again, I gotta commend, amazing episode, favorite episode of the series so far, and it finally feels like the anime is taking what the manga provided, all of that comedy and insanity, so to speak, and blending it true to blue onto the screen without sacrificing what they're trying to do at the same time. Because again, they didn't make it too goofy, they didn't make it too insane. It's just that Denji is a funny dude. He just literally is so freaking funny without even trying to be, because kind of a bit of an idiot and at the same time a little bit of a hentai. We're gonna call him a hentai. Denji Copperfield, baby, gotta love him. But let me know what you guys think. How did you feel about this episode? Is it your favorite episode of the series thus far? What do you think about Power? What do you think about Makima and what she's doing behind the scenes? We're talking to these higher ups about basically making military weapons out of these people like Power and Denji, and your thoughts and expectations of all of this situation, dog, because Meowie, Power, next episode Denji's gonna rip them guts open because he needs to cop that feel. It's just, it has to happen, lad. You cannot stop the inevitable. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell, all that good stuff, because yeah, we gonna be talking about all this greatness, dog. I just, in case you can't tell, really love this episode, and this makes watching anime worth it. Have an awesome day.